10 most cursed objects known to mankind. Crying boy painting. A very popular household object in the 1950s, the reproduction of Bruno Amadio's The Crying Boy painting is said to be cursed, and for a good reason. It's said that the pictures of this mournful child will cause fires in the owner's homes. What makes this even more creepy is that on September 4th, 1985, a couple's house was burned down, and the only thing that was left from the wreckage was the Crying Boy painting, and it was found unscathed. It was also reported by other firefighters that other burned-down buildings contained the same painting, undamaged. It should also be noted that there were several different interpretations of the Crying Boy picture. However, all of them resulted in the owner's house burning down. Hope Diamond. The Hope Diamond makes its home in the Smithsonian Museum, but prior to making the trip there, it was known to be cursed. Originally stolen by a priest who was ultimately captured and tortured for his thievery, the Hope Diamond was also owned by French gem trader Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, who was supposedly killed by a random group of rabid dogs. Several other owners were also fated to die by murder or other tragedy. James Dean's Little Bastard Porsche. Little Bastard was James Dean's silver Porsche 550 Spider and is the car he died in following an accident in 1955. After it was sold for parts, the car's curse began to manifest itself when the car fell on and crushed a mechanic's legs. Later, a doctor who bought the car's engine was killed in a car accident. Another victim who bought the transmission was severely injured in a crash. The tires sold from Little Bastard blew out simultaneously, sending their buyer to the hospital. And last but not least, a truck carrying the car's shell crashed, killing the driver. Cursed phone number. We guess you could argue that technically a phone number is not a physical thing, but still, this number is apparently just as cursed as all of the items on this list. Everyone who has ever had this number as their phone number has died an abrupt death. This includes the CEO of a Bulgarian mobile phone company who died of cancer at the age of 48, as well as 2 crooks, both of whom were gunned down. Hopefully, telemarketers who call to offer timeshares or state that you're being investigated by the IRS don't get this number anytime soon. They're annoying, but they sure as hell don't deserve to die. Annabelle. Before we begin this one, yes, both The Conjuring and Annabelle films are directly based off of this cursed doll. Hey, true stories make great horror films, so why not? Bought in an antique shop in 1970, a woman gave this raggedy doll to her daughter, Donna, who was in nursing school. At first, the doll seemed like any other doll. However, things started to get creepy when Donna and her roommate, Angie, kept coming home to find the doll in different positions and different locations. In a startling turn of events, the doll began leaving them notes saying, quote, "Help us." And as if that's not bad enough, they also found the doll with blood on it. For obvious reasons, Lou, a male friend of Donna and Angie, tried to convince the girls to get rid of the doll. This, however, only served to displease the doll, who then tried to strangle Lou via a nightmare/physical encounter. The girls eventually called Ed and Lorraine Warren, the folks who investigated the Amityville Horror House, and they determined that the doll was actually a conduit to hell and was being used by a demon. After 2 failed exorcism attempts, the doll was encased in a specially made glass case in the Warrens' Occult Museum, where it supposedly still moves. Myrtle's Plantation House Mirror. It's been said by many that the Myrtle's Plantation is quite possibly the most haunted home in the United States, if not one of the most haunted houses in the entire world. It dates back to the late 1700s and was said to have been built on a Native American burial ground. Additionally, it's rumored to have been the location for as many as 10 murders. In this plantation resides a haunted mirror, which is said to contain the spirits of Sarah Woodruff and her children. The Woodruffs were poisoned to death, and though custom dictated that mirrors should be covered after death to prevent spirits from getting trapped, this mirror was not covered, and so the Woodruff souls were apparently trapped in the mirror. Uluru Rocks. This one is a bit more of an environmental curse, as the Uluru is a giant majestic rock in the Australian outback that sees thousands of visitors each year. While it's illegal to take rocks out of the country due to the fact that this landmark is on sacred Aboriginal ground, some tourists bring a piece of Uluru home with them anyway, and those people who bring a piece of Uluru rock away from the site are said to experience the curse of misfortune. As a result, people regularly mail their rocks back to Australia with letters of apology. Blarney Stone rocks. A kiss on the Blarney Stone in Ireland is said to be good luck, but removing any piece of the stone will bring the curse of bad luck into your life. People have reported misfortunes that include depression, loss of employment, and financial woes. Much like the visitors to Uluru who regret their cursed souvenirs, people who take home a piece of the Blarney Stone are known to mail it back within several weeks or months after they realize its curse. Iceman. The remains of a man estimated to be more than 5,000 years old were discovered in the Alps in 1991. In the 13 years following the discovery, 7 of the people involved with the discovery died, most of them suddenly and not of natural causes. One of the persons who discovered the Iceman died in a car accident on the way to give a speech about the artifact, and another researcher died in an avalanche soon after. Other researchers died of causes that included a blood disorder diagnosed right after Iceman was found and a fall from a cliff. Black Orlov. Nothing says I love you more than giving your loved one an extremely cursed necklace. Also known as the Eye of Brahma, the Black Orlov was stolen from a Hindu shrine, and legend has it that the theft caused the item to become cursed. The diamond was passed down to multiple female owners. Each of these owners at some point took their own life, with 2 of the women leaping off of the top of tall skyscrapers to their deaths. The diamond was eventually bought by Charles F. Winson, who attempted to remove the curse by cutting the gem into 3 pieces.